Hi, I'm Todd Downs, author of Bicycling Magazine's Guide to Complete Bicycle Maintenance and Repair. Today we're going to learn how to adjust a rear derailleur. The tools that you'll need to adjust most rear derailleurs are a 5mm hex key and a flat-bladed screwdriver. To start with, release the cable tension on the rear derailleur so that the derailleur drops down to the smallest cog. It's sometimes easier to work on the derailleur as well if the front derailleur is in the position for the middle or small chainring. The first thing you'll want to do is be sure that your limits are set correctly. The limit screws are what tell the derailleur when it's in position properly over the smallest and largest cogs, so it doesn't continue shifting beyond those points. Set the low limit screw so that the derailleur pulley finishes ever so slightly outside of the smallest cog. This will allow a quick and crisp shift into that smallest cog. Then if you pedal gently, push the derailleur by hand up to the large cog position, you can set the limit for the large cog, known as the low limit screw, in the same manner. This one you want to set a little bit more strictly though, so that the pulley is directly in line with the large cog, preventing your chain from being thrown into your spokes by an overshift. Once your limits are correctly set, you want to use a 5mm hex key to be sure that your cable tension is set correctly. Thread your barrel adjuster all the way in, then back it off about one full turn so that you have a certain amount of adjustment in both directions if you need it. Loosen the cable anchor bolt and pull the cable taut just with as much tension as you can put on it with your fingers. Snug the anchor bolt back down and then test your shifting to see where it's at. Give one quick shift and see if the chain makes the jump from the first cog to the second. If it does, step in behind and eye up the alignment of the derailleur pulley with that second cog. And keeping an eye on the rear derailleur pulley and watching for that alignment. When you think you're in a good spot, go back to pedaling the bike slowly and shift through the rest of your cog set. The chain should jump cleanly in the space of about a quarter to a half turn of the crank arm. You can also test the shifting in both the large and small chainring positions to make sure that it's shifting well through your entire gear range. If you're shifting cleanly and with no excessive noise, your adjustment is pretty well made. One other thing that you would want to check is your B angle or B tension adjustment on the rear derailleur. It's a bit of an abstract concept, but what the B angle adjustment is the adjustment of the relationship between the top derailleur pulley and the large cog. You want to keep this gap as tight as you possibly can without being so close that it makes noise or limits the movement of the chain in between the two. The B adjustment screw allows you to change that relationship incrementally. For Shimano derailleurs, you want the distance between the pulley and the cog to be as small as it can possibly be when you're in the large cog, small chainring position without the pulley and the cog making actual physical contact with one another. On a SRAM derailleur, you want to adjust the gap between your pulley and your cog So there's about a 6 to 7 millimeter gap between the pulley tooth and the cog tooth. It can be tough to judge by eye, but if you think about it in terms of a pencil eraser, and if you can fit that in between the pulley tooth and the cog tooth, imagining that the chain's not there, then your gap is about set right. I'm Todd Downs for Bicycling Magazine, and that's how to adjust a rear derailleur.